you struggling with student motivation in your middle school math class and trying to get students to do something, like anything? How do we motivate our students to actively participate in our ever-changing world when we're battling so many external factors? If you're a middle school math teacher, keep watching because I'm spilling the secrets. If you're new around here, my name is Kathy Martin and I help 6th, 7th, 8th grade and Algebra 1 math teachers experience more aha moments in the classroom with their students, all while saving time and money with their lesson planning and resources. As middle school math teachers, we know that keeping our students motivated can feel like a serious uphill battle between ever-changing moods, social dynamics, and the constant pull of technology. It's really tough to keep them engaged, right? But here's the thing, motivation isn't just about getting them to do work. It's about sparking real interest in what they're learning and helping them see why it matters. In 2024, with everything from TikTok to post-pandemic challenges in the mix, finding ways to truly motivate our students means really getting creative and meeting them where they are. When we tap into what actually excites them, we can turn our classrooms into places where they actually want to learn. Teaching middle schoolers today means we have to understand the unique mindset of Gen Z and Gen Alpha. And as someone who is not a Gen Z or a Gen Alpha, I understand that can be really hard to tap into their minds. These kids, after all, are digital natives. They've grown up with smartphones, social media, and they have instant access to information. They're used to things moving fast and they expect the same from their learning. They value authenticity and are quick to tune out anything that feels irrelevant and outdated. But here's the good news. They're also incredibly curious. They're super tech savvy and they're eager to make a difference. I know we don't always quite see that in our classrooms, but it's true. By tapping into their interests and using the digital tools they're already comfortable with, we can connect with them on a deeper level and make learning feel more relevant and exciting. So consider this. Instead of making them care more about math from this vague future, how can we show them that what they're learning is incredibly relevant right now? So let's talk about the impact of technology on student motivation. Because let's be real, technology can be a double-edged sword in our classrooms. On one hand, it's a huge distraction. You might be lucky enough to be in a school where students just know that there's no phones allowed in the classroom and you're not battling that at all. While many of us don't really have clear-cut cell phone rules and we're kind of battling, on a daily basis, the cell phone usage and how much and like whether or not we can take phones away, but that's neither here nor there. So on one hand, it is a huge distraction, right? Students are constantly being tempted by their phones. They're getting pinged all the time and they're getting that dopamine hit all the time. But on the other hand, technology can be an incredible tool for engagement if we use it right. Our students are already living in a digital world, so why not meet them there? We can use technology to make math more hands-on and fun. The pandemic changed education for all of us, including our students. After months and, years, right? A couple years of remote learning, they've come back to the classroom with a mix of challenges and new expectations. Many of them really struggle with isolation, many adults too, and we're still catching up academically and socially. As teachers, we have to adjust, recognizing that their emotional well-being is just as important as their academic progress. The shift towards prioritizing social emotional learning is more important than ever. By creating supportive and understanding classroom environments, creating safe spaces, we can really help our students not only catch up, but also thrive. When they feel safe, supported, and connected, their motivation to learn naturally flows. We all know that when students feel like they have something to say in their learning, they're more likely to be engaged and they're motivated. They've already bought in. A student-centered classroom is all about giving them that voice and choice. It's not just about us standing in front of the classroom, delivering our lessons. It's about making the classroom a space where everyone feels seen and heard. whether it's letting them choose projects that interest them, encouraging group work that they can collaborate, or simply asking for their input on how they best learn. These small shifts can make a huge difference. When students feel ownership over their learning, they're more invested, and that is where the magic happens. So how do we make learning relevant to their lives right now? Well, one of the most frequent questions I get asked from my students is, when am I ever going to use this? I mean, honestly, it's a fair question. And the other piece of it is, I'd be like a 10 millionaire if I had a dime for every time that question was asked, right? And I'm sure it's the same for you. If we want to motivate our students, we need to show them what they're learning in math class connects to the real world. Whether it's through project-based learning that ties into their interests, or using examples from everyday life that makes abstract concepts just click, the more relevant we can make material, the more engaged they'll be. My personal favorite way of doing anything, of connecting real life into their lives, is involving money or financial literacy. Nothing makes students more excited than money. When students see what they're learning has real life applications, like budgeting for a trip, understanding sports statistics, or just figuring out like the best deal at the store, they'll realize that math isn't just something they have to do, but it can actually help them in their life. Go figure. That is when they start to care. Learn what's working to motivate students, right? Teaching is hard. We're not meant to do it alone. Figuring out what truly motivates your students can feel like a constant experiment where it's not always linear, right? We're constantly kind of just going up and down and figuring out, okay, well, that worked, that didn't work. And we're constantly assessing what we're doing. Because the truth is, what works for one class might not work at all for another class. So if you want a space where you can connect with other middle school math teachers, bounce ideas, everyone's in the trenches with you, help get ideas on what's working, what's not working, come and join us inside the Pre-Algebra Teachers Math membership. We are your one-stop shop for everything you need to teach middle school math. We have all of your PowerPoints, practice problems, instructional videos, student note takers, printable activities, digital activities, everything you need. There's no more guessing games. This is just a community of educators supporting each other, discovering the best ways on how we can keep our students engaged and motivated and excited to learn.